Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about taxes, the new plans that are going out there in Washington, and how they can affect real estate and quite possibly lead to the downturn in real estate. And before we get started, yes, we're still sitting here next to this car. There are people sleeping in it. Let's see if they pop their heads up while we're in the video. All right, guys, without further ado, let's do this. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Keep your eyes focused. We don't know if they're gonna wake up or not, but hey, they didn't realize they're in my YouTube studio. So that's okay. I'm willing to share. All right, guys, so let's talk about this. Our current president has put out a $1.8 trillion American Families Plan. That is a nice sounding plan. I gotta be honest with you, that just makes me feel warm and cozy. But there's some interesting things in that plan that I believe is gonna affect real estate prices. And it's going to affect how much real estate is going to be available for sale here pretty soon if this plan goes forward. But you know what, even if it doesn't, right, because they vote plans in and then they take them out and all this kind of stuff. You can't even keep up with this crap half the time. But the truth is, it shows their intent. All right, so you got to look for their intent. All right, so here's the proposal. There's just a couple little tidbits in here. First, they're going to increase the capital gains tax rate. Well, that's nice. So that means that if you sell at a certain point, right now, long-term capital gains is 15% if you make a certain amount, and then it jumps up to, I want to say 20% if you make a lot, right? But the facts of the matter are, I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head. I want to say it's somewhere near $500,000 a year. Anybody that understands the tax system understands that they have multiple corporations. That's why I have multiple corporations, that I legally don't pay that much tax, okay? So by and large, 90% of the nation, when they pay capital gains, long-term capital gains rate, it's at the 50% mark, okay? Those are whole new videos about incorporating and all that kind of stuff. So another thing they're gonna do, let's stick on that. So people are going, ooh, if that goes through, I better sell my house, right? I know there's a retroactive point to this, but that can get voted out too. But let's say they go, man, right now I'm paying 15% tax if I sell my house, and it does feel like the market's getting a little frothy. And all of a sudden they say, hey, we just passed a law, we're increasing it on this date. Well, those people that are smart are gonna run out and sell their house because they don't wanna see their tax rate, and it's going to essentially double. It's gonna actually be more than that because it's gonna go off of, they want to abolish the long-term capital gains rate, and they wanna go to essentially your tax rate, your taxable income rate. So it's gonna over double, okay, the amount of tax you have to pay on your real estate. So a lot of people are gonna run out there and sell their home, which is gonna increase the supply of homes on the market, which is gonna be bad for prices. The next thing they want to do is they want to limit the use of the 1031 like-kind exchange. Well, that's another great thing. So here you're now telling people, yes, so we're going to abolish it, so you're not able to sell your one property and then take the gains and roll them into another property tax-free. We're going to tax you on it. So what's that going to do? Smart people are going to get out there and sell their properties. Now, in 2017, the real estate industry, just so you guys know, got a massive boost from the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, all right? A lot of people don't even understand taxes enough to know how big of a deal this was for all income. It wasn't just for the rich, okay? As a matter of fact, the rich got smacked down on a ton of things. They said, you know what? I don't know if people know this, but rich people, they actually go to a basketball game, or they used to, and they write it off, right? Because they know their tax plan. They have a tax plan, a tax strategy. They use corporations to live their lifestyles. They fly around on their jets and go to basketball games and all this fancy stuff, and they write off 100% of the cost. Well, that new jobs plan took things like that and said, you ain't doing that. And then for the lower income people, it increased things like, well, first off, it decreased the corporate tax rate. So corporations, instead of blowing money throughout the year, they were able to, in expenses, they were able to now hold it back, go through the next tax year and actually be able to build up income and go and do larger R&D, research and development, larger purchases and things like that, rather than, nickel and diming themselves to death because they didn't want to cross over. They had a much lower tax rate. So it was really good for businesses. There was a lot of incentives to hire more people. It was great there. Then we saw a 20% income exclusion where people instantly were able to pay 20% less on their income taxable income. That was awesome too. And then we saw decreases in tax brackets, and this was across the board. And then we saw an increase in the standard tax deduction. So by and large, there was so many positives there. But guess what? They want to take those away. So when we talk about real estate, one of the factors in why I believe you're going to see real estate go towards a downturn is because you're about to see an increase in the supply of homes available for sale. People don't think about that kind of stuff when they say, oh yeah, real estate can still run from here. Well, not only are real estate at just stupid prices, right? But the rents are also getting out of whack so much to where it's taking so much of the average family's take-home income is now going to housing, where it can't now go to buying a new car, going out to dinner, and spending into the economy. So we're definitely getting top heavy right there. And I believe that the increase in available homes for sale, that it's gonna happen because of these tax increases, and even though they haven't been voted on yet, I'm telling you, it shows their desire to do it. So don't let the funny, what is this, fancy, ooh, the American Families Plan. Yes, it's a plan to actually take more money from you, just so you know. And it's a good plan, I guess. If you want money, that's what they're doing. So I hope you guys got something out of this. I wanted to show you yet another reason I believe that real estate is gonna get a little crazy. There's gonna be a lot more homes hitting the market as we get into the fall and into the winter. This isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude in his 40s with a bro hawk and a dream, waiting to see if anybody wakes up from this car. All right, guys? Without further ado, is that a good way? See you later. The Economic Ninja's out.